Okay, so you may have already used Llama AI at this point. Like Llama AI is actually everywhere now because now it is in WhatsApp. So Llama AI runs in WhatsApp. It is made by Meta, and Meta AI, when they launched Llama AI, they advertised it as open source. However, if you read the license of that open source license of that of the software, basically, you will see that it doesn't hit the key points of being an open source model. So they do advertise that open source, but it is not an open source model. Now, but there is some positive sides of using Llama, basically. So the positive side is that it is a very small model. You could run it locally on your computer. You don't need some fancy high-end servers to run Llama model, or you could run it on a cheap VPS, whatever you want. So that is the plus point of using Llama AI. And since it is a very small model and can run in a very cheap setup, you can use it to like make some very interesting AI applications, basically. So Llama AI model is made something like the Llama AI model is made with something called AI frameworks. Now, particularly this Llama AI model, or basically any Llama AI model, is made with a Llama Stack framework. So Llama Stack framework is utilized to make Llama AI models, and there are other AI models. There are other AI frameworks. There are other AI frameworks such as there's this called TensorFlow, and there is also Torch. So there are other frameworks as well to make AI models. But Llama AI models have been made with Llama Stack framework. Now, Llama Stack framework is when I was looking at the history of the codes, and I found that there was a really bad severity in one of the code. Like there was one very major vulnerability in the code, and this was back in 2024, right? This was back in 2024, and I found this regarding the details about this in National Vulnerability Database, and it was published in 23rd 10 2024. So basically, this is a vulnerability, to put it simply, it is a vulnerability of remote code execution, right? And if you read through the description of this, it says that Llama Stack prior to revision 7A8AA7, which is the commit version, the code before this commit used pickle as serialization format for socket communication, right? So if they are using pickle as a serialization format for socket communication, it basically results in remote code execution. Now, this is a very basic understanding of it, and the socket communication has been changed to like JSON instant later on. But yeah, this is one of the deserialization of frameworks, AI frameworks. So since it was a remote code execution vulnerability, I was looking at various sites on like if they have rated this vulnerability to some severity points. So I got to this site, which is the Sync Security, and they rated this as 9.3, which is quite high, because on the scale of 10, if it is 9.3, it is a critical bug, and it is a vulnerability which is very critical. So yeah, they also explain a little bit more about what is this vulnerability is about. So basically, it is a deserialization of untrusted data, because they used pickle as a serialization format for the socket communication. And because they used the attacker can deserialize untrusted data into the system. They can theoretically, no, even practically, can run and execute arbitrary code by sending maliciously crafted data into it. So yeah, that is what they can do. Now, serialization is a process which is like converting an object into a sequence of bytes that could be, stored in a disk, like persisted to a disk or a database, or could be sent through various data streams. So that is what serialization means. Now, this is not a new thing. Like deserialization of untrusted data in AI framework, it is not a new thing. Like if you know about TensorFlow, and if you read through the code of TensorFlow a lot, you will know that one of the framework of TensorFlow, which is known as TensorFlow Keras, is actually like they did had this vulnerability of deserialization back in the day. Like they had this similar kind of vulnerability, and they fixed it, but it is not a new thing which is an AI framework these days. So if you see a new AI framework, this vulnerability of remote code execution through deserialization can come up. So if you're using Llama stack, do check what is the version. So if it is version before 0.0.41, you're vulnerable to this attack, and basically your systems can be compromised. So my suggestion is to, like, if you are using Llama stack, do check the version, what version you are using, and if you are using an old version, update it to above 0.041 version, or get the latest version. The latest version is like 0.1.0, so get this version. Yeah, don't use the old version of Llama stack. So that is my 2 cents of advice. And yeah, if you like the video, then hit the subscribe and push in the like button. I made this video because my previous video of similar of a similar topic was very much viewed by the viewers of YouTube for some reason. So yeah, if you like it, then subscribe, like, and I will post more videos like this.